Have you ever wondered what happened to the last Caliph of Islam? For over a millennium, the Caliphate was the spiritual and, at times, political heart of the Muslim world. But in the early 20th century, this ancient institution came to an abrupt end. Let's uncover the fascinating story of its final holder, Abdulmejid II. Born in 1868, Abdulmejid was a prince of the Ottoman Empire, a realm that had held the Caliphate for 4 centuries. But he wasn't like his predecessors. He was a modern man, a talented painter, a lover of Western classical music, and a patron of the arts. His life was more that of a cultured European aristocrat than a future spiritual leader of a global faith. He even served as the chairman of the Ottoman Artists' Society. Imagine a caliph more comfortable with a paintbrush than a scepter. That was Abdulmejid. The world around him, however, was in turmoil. The Ottoman Empire, once a mighty force, was crumbling after its defeat in World War I. A new, powerful movement was rising from its ashes. The Turkish national movement, led by the charismatic Mustafa Kemal Atatürk's government, abolished the Ottoman Sultanate, the political rule of the empire. The Sultan, Abdulmejid's cousin, was sent into exile, but the caliphate, the spiritual leadership, remained. The Turkish Grand National Assembly needed a figurehead, someone who wouldn't interfere with their new secular republic. They looked to the cultured, seemingly apolitical prince, Abdulmejid. In November 1922, he was elected as Caliph. For the first time in history, the Caliph held no political power. He was purely a spiritual symbol. Abdulmejid embraced his new role with a blend of tradition and modernity. His Friday prayer processions in Istanbul were grand affairs, but he also continued his European lifestyle, attending art galleries and hosting musical evenings. He saw no contradiction between his faith and his appreciation for global culture. He believed he could be a bridge between the old world and the new. However, this delicate balance couldn't last. The new Turkish Republic was on a firm path towards secularism. The very existence of a caliph, even a symbolic one, was seen as a link to the old imperial past and a potential rallying point for opposition. The government grew wary of Abdulmejid's public profile and the reverence he commanded from Muslims both inside and outside Turkey. The final act came swiftly. On March 3, 1924, just 16 months after his election, the Turkish Grand National Assembly passed a law abolishing the caliphate altogether. That very night, Abdulmejid, his family, and his retinue were woken up, put on a train, and sent into exile. The last Caliph of Islam left his homeland with little more than the clothes on his back, his title, and a 1,300-year-old institution relegated to the history books. Abdulmejid spent the rest of his life in Europe, first in Switzerland and then in the south of France. He continued to paint and live a quiet life, a prince without a country and a caliph without a caliph. He passed away in Paris in 1944. His story is a poignant reminder of a time of immense change, a moment when ancient traditions collided with the forces of modern nationalism, closing a major chapter in world history. What a remarkable and complex legacy. A story of art, politics, and the end of an era. If you found this journey into the past as fascinating as I did, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more hidden histories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.